Good morning. Today is October 21st. I just wanted to hop on and give everybody an update on how things have been going since I've been on the ranch or the farm for the last little over 2 months now. So I got here August 16th. Had a couple days to settle in, get organized for, kind of get into a routine with Sky and myself. And then started work on August 21st. That was a Monday. Well, it was very hot, probably at least 90 degrees, 90 to 95 degrees with very high humidity. So that in itself was such a huge shift from San Diego, and it's nice temperate weather. Um, and the work is very hard. I've been doing everything from harvesting a ton of, it's a market farm, so there's a ton of produce to be harvested. I mean, tons and tons and tons of tomatoes, all kinds of stuff to be harvested. So especially in August, there was peak harvest time. We were doing tons of harvesting. And now we've kind of moved into a little bit where we're prepping for winter. Our summer, the tomatoes and summer squash are pretty much done with. We're not really getting anything from them anymore. So that kind of harvest is pretty much done, but we're also moving into the fall crops such as radishes, kale. A lot of our lettuces are coming up. We've went through a big period of harvesting our winter squash, so we grow butternuts, spaghetti squash, and a couple others. Blue Hubbards, they're really big squash. I'd never heard of them before. Tromachinos and green, I believe it's green Kershaws, or a couple of the like specialty kind of heirloom varieties that we grow of winter squash. We've harvested a ton of sweet potatoes. We've harvested and are storing a ton of potatoes for winter. So that's been a lot of fun. I've been doing everything from lifting 50-pound bags of feed and moving it, sometimes 24 bags at a time or more. So that was it's definitely a physical challenge and something different from what I was used to working in my corporate job, sitting at a desk, not really doing much every day. My step count has gone through the roof. I have an Oura ring, and when I was in San Diego working my corporate job, unless I was specifically trying to get more steps, I was probably doing about 6,000 at most in a day. And now the least amount of steps I've recorded is 8,900, all the way up to yesterday was actually over 28,000 steps. And I average between 16 to 20, 25,000 every day. So I'm just moving a lot more, lifting, bending, squatting, bending over a lot more. So there's definitely a huge physical component that has taken some time to get used to. But I notice that I'm starting to feel physically stronger, be physically stronger. Some of the stuff that was a really a struggle when I first got here is getting easier, and I'm able to even do more. And we did a couple months, or probably about a month ago, We canned a bunch of tomatoes to save for winter. And last week, there was actually a whole bunch of extra figs that were going to go bad. So I wound up canning the or I made jam and then canned that, which was absolutely turned out so amazing. I added just a touch of cinnamon and cardamom to it. So delicious. Such a great complement with the spices. So I'm really getting into canning and preserving. We're going to be having daikon radishes come up pretty soon. Those should be ready, and I actually want to pickle some daikon radishes. It's been amazing trying all kinds of different foods and learning to use what's available. And really just having access to such high quality, amazing food. So it's an organic farm, so everything is organic. It was grown right here. There was one time when I went up and the staff was out of potatoes. So I went and dug potatoes and then came in and made this delicious meal, like kind of a skillet meal with potatoes that I had just dug up, some zucchini, bell peppers, onions, garlic. Everything was grown here. Added some ground beef that was also raised here. And it's such an amazing feeling being so connected to your food and having it grown by your own hands and then harvested, and you bring it in within a couple hours of harvesting it and you're eating this delicious meal. So that's been fantastic. There's a local Amish community where I go and get grass-fed, organic, raw milk. Best I've ever tasted. So amazingly delicious. And they're such kind people. It's really, that's amazing as well, having access to that. So definitely it's a lot of hard work, but I only have to work 3 days a week. So I do have plenty of free time. That is nice. Sky and I enjoy taking long walks. There's a lake that's very close that we walk to on a regular basis. She has a couple little play buddies that are also on the farm. One is Marley, the other one is Ziggy, and the other is Bonnie, who I will eventually be adopting. I don't know exactly how yet. She's the farm dog, but she's not treated very well, unfortunately. She hasn't really been given love and attention and proper training. So, it's kind of a sad story, but I know I'll be taking her with me when I leave, and she'll be coming and joining Sky and I in our family. So that's going to be wonderful, an amazing story, ending to the story for her. What else? There's been so much. It's starting to get colder here. I know I'm not looking forward to that. I don't really love the cold or winter. It's a nice sunny day, as you can see, but it's still a little bit chilly, and it's been getting chillier. So I know pretty soon winter is coming. We've been doing a lot of prepping. We put mini tunnels up over the beds outside. We've been planting the greenhouse, getting that ready with kale, chard, some Asian greens, some bok choy, kometsuna, a lot of different stuff like that. Yeah, just really getting in to the routine of farm life. I like doing meal prep for, the work days, because they are pretty long work days normally. It's nice to just have food and I don't have to cook it, or I can just go heat it up really quick. Um, on my days off, I do enjoy cooking a lot. Um, it's really, it's so nice to just have all these fresh meals and with items that were grown here, utilizing a lot of different foods and vegetables and stuff that I don't normally use, such as radishes. Radishes aren't really something that I normally like or use a lot, but they're available, they're here, they were grown here. So I've been incorporating them into meals and um, just learning to use everything so that we're not wasting food. Um, it's it's definitely been a journey and an experience so far. Um, there has been a lot of lessons learned, a lot of stuff coming up for me. Um, Part of it is how the animals are treated. And you would think being an organic farm, and I feel like a lot of people, me, myself included, have kind of made that association and assumption that, oh, it's an organic farm and the animals were pasture raised, so they must be treated well and everything must be fine. And that's somewhere that I should definitely support. Well, that's not, unfortunately not always the case. And that has been something that has been a hard lesson for me and something that has been hard for me to see and um, really, really understand, I guess, why I'm here and why I'm seeing this. And because it definitely hurts. It's hard for me to see, especially how much I love animals and how much I want them to be honored, even though they are being used for food, to honor them and treat them with kindness and love and compassion before we do use them to nourish our bodies. So that's really been a hard lesson for me. Hard to see, hard to deal with. Um, so it's not all rainbows and kittens, but overall, I know it's exactly where I need to be, and it's preparing me for the next leg of my journey. And when I have my own ranch, my own farm, my own community that I create, these are all important lessons that are helping move me closer to my dream and fulfilling that destiny. So it was great talking to you all. I love you.